Hey guys, Constantine here, and guess what? We're going to cast another game. And I was actually looking through my replay folder, and I was looking for games to cast, and it just jumped out at me. It was entitled Cast This in all caps. And it's going to be a Terran Protoss versus Protoss. And as you can see, it is a match between myself and my brother Callicles. I am spawning in the upper right corner as the blue Protoss. He is the red Protoss with me. And in the bottom left corner is Topaz, the teal Protoss. And in the purple corner we have Know Your Role. Hopefully he does know his role as the purple Terran. And his role this game should be to get Ghosts and Marines, because that's the most effective build against Protoss I find early. Although it will be up to him. In fact, he's throwing down his supply depot on time. Going to be sending out a scout early. This is from our Diamond League 2v2s that we play. So hopefully it'll be a good game. I don't remember it so much, but it'll probably come back to me as we go. Recently I've been excited about the strategy of going, when you get 2 Protoss, of going double Blink Stalkers. If you macro a 4-gate double Blink Stalkers out, you can actually get a lot of Blink Stalkers, and whenever you have two players both going Blink Stalkers, you can usually just use that to your advantage in some kind of concave advantage in fighting, or just breaking up ramps and things. That doesn't really matter. And because of that, you can pretty much win any fight that's an even battle or better for yourself. And it really hurts any kind of teching play up by the opponent if you make a good timing push. So let's see what their APM is like, just because I'm curious. My APM is rocking out about 100 because I love to spam in the first 20 seconds of a game until I actually have to do stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore. So I think I'm sending out a scout. This is going to be a super late scout. Callie's already been scouted by Topaz. He's got his gateway down. He's got a geyser, and he hasn't put any guys in it. Good old Callie. He's going to probably throw down his second geyser before he puts guys in it. I do like the way he did this. He went the side core before this pylon. If you're not going to get a zealot, you can do that. If you are going to get a zealot, which I've been doing less and less, you don't really have to. So I've thrown down the side core as well. We're both going to tech up. We know that it was Protoss and Terran. I believe one of them might have been random. But we did not expect some Zergs, so we didn't think we needed to get out some zealots. So Callie has this one guy in gas here. Now, an interesting thing to note, if you're going to go for Blink Stalkers, you don't actually have to get this gas this early. I like to get it this early just because I like to build up lots of gas in case I need to tech switch really fast, or say I need to bring out some sentries because we're getting pushed like crazy. I like to have that option. I probably should be chrono boosting this core. There's really no need to get this Stalker out so early. They've already scouted me. So I see he's gone a 2-gate, and he's just now throwing down his side core. This is not a completely horrible build. It's good if you're going to try and go kind of a mix of zealots and stalkers. You get all your zealots out early, and you can keep up pretty much constant production on this. It does delay your warp gate, and that's really going to delay any kind of pushing that you can do. So I'm not exactly sure how good these guys are. I think they push in a little while. And I think that it's a pretty strong attack, but I'm just not 100% certain. So Callie looks like he's throwing down his 3rd gate. He's working on his warp gate. I myself am working on my warp gate. It's just about half. I try and throw all my extra chrono boosts that I have built up on it, but you never want to underestimate the importance of just permanently chrono boosting out probes, because if you can chrono boost, say, 5 to 10 times on your probes, you will have 5 to 10 more probes out when you are done. And if you can get to saturated and then stop building probes, you can get actually a 5th gateway up, and then just have a really strong 1-base warp gate play that is very good at reinforcing. And what I like about this build is when you get this many warp gates up, you have options. You can go from the 4-gate Blink Stalkers into Templar. You can go into Speed Zealots with Templar, and all it really takes is stopping production on Stalkers, starting Zealots, and then throwing down the Templar Archives and the research on the charge. And I don't know if I do that or not this game, but opening Blink Stalkers is very strong because it prevents any of those all-in annoying attacks like we're actually seeing right now. Not so much all-in, but it's a 3-gate, no side core. He's actually going to start researching charge pretty soon, I bet. It's a pretty strong build, especially if he's going to come here and he's going to throw a pylon down, which we should be seeing soon. Now there's a pylon right there, just giving him a little bit better of a warp-in spot. Yeah, but if you warp a pylon in right here and you move in with this, it can be very effective, especially if you have charge. He does not have that down. I would like to see that go down before they do this push. But it is going to take advantage of the fact that we can't really have too many Void Rays or other units out now. So Callie's going to get attacked here, and if you're listening to us play when this happens, it's usually an oh shit, where the fuck are you, over and over again. Excuse my language. See that excellent blink right micro right there? Who is this? Oh, never mind. I was going to compliment myself, and then I lost that there. So, I was really happy when I was playing this game, and I realized, see, I threw down those sentries there, and the zealots, I realized, oh, I can't get away with just blink stalkers. I'm going to need to throw some force fields down. I'm going to need to mess with this army. The most important thing I did here was I held off. I didn't go in. I knew that if I got a couple more, revolutions from my warp gate, I'd be able to defend this pretty well. I should be blinking these away. I just blinked that one away. Of course, it blinked to a place where it wasn't safe. And so now I'm going to be blinking in stalkers behind this, so these zealots aren't going to do anything to me while Callie comes in and cleans this up. I think when it was happening, I thought to myself, oh, we've lost this game, because I didn't realize that Callie did the same thing as me, which was back up and keep his stalkers alive. And trust me, that's not something that you always see Callie do. A lot of times he will just throw his shit in and immediately die. So I was really happy with that. But anyway, so we're going to both move out here and throw down some pylons in the center. Going to try and claim map control. This map, which is a symmetrical, four-way symmetrical map, it's all about this center watchtower. This center watchtower has, I think, enough vision to see all movement from this side of the map to this side, just because these little edges slip in here a little bit. So there's no way that they can attack us without us seeing if we're holding this watchtower. So Callie's going to move in here, and I'm going to yell at him for moving in without me. And so now we're going to move in here. I don't know if this is the smartest idea. We should probably just sit in the middle here. But you can see the blink stalkers, especially in low numbers, are really good. I'm not blinking them as well as I should be. But I'm trying to focus on macro. I'm not the greatest crazy micro player. But so this is one of those good games where you realize that you're pretty much evenly matched macro-wise with your opponents, because when they attack you, they barely lose, and when you attack them, you barely lose. And so then it's a game of, oh, well, what can I get away with? And I see I'm throwing down this Nexus here. I have good saturation. I have actually perfect saturation on my minerals here, minus this one probe that's obviously just going to be over here, and one right here. Trying not to supply block myself. What I should be doing right now, I don't know if I should do it immediately, but yeah, I'm throwing down the Templar Archives because I know that I want to eventually switch to Charge Lots and Templar. I might even stick with Stalkers. But the thing that's nice about the Stalkers is it really forces your opponent to do things that don't revolve around massing air units, because you can't really mass Void Rays against a team that's open double blink stalkers. You can't mass Banshees. I mean, you can if you get Cloak, but the Cloak is such a big investment. It's a risk. We actually don't have any detection. That's a pretty big failure on our part. We need to have a Robo Bay down by now, at least one of us, just because Dark Templars right now would completely own us. Any Banshees obviously would own us.